right, part 2, you guys. Welcome back to Fun on Weekdays podcast. If you didn't listen to part 1 of my episode with my bestie Meghann Morrow, go ahead and listen to it either before or after this episode. You really get to know her a little bit more and her experience in college, kind of how she got to where she is now with her job in recruiting. But in today's episode, we're going to dive right into how she was able to be approved as an Amazon storefront influencer, how much money she has made, her tips to going viral on TikTok, and how she's able to turn this into another stream of revenue as a micro influencer. So I hope y'all enjoy this episode. I know I did. I learned so much. Let's get into it, Meghann. Yeah, speaking of your 9 to 5 does not need to be your passion. So going into recruiting and leaving like fashion, how would you compare your overall attitude towards work and getting up every day and working 9 to 5? Because that is a good amount of your life, right? Like that's 40 hours a week. How is your attitude towards getting up every day and working for something that you're not super passionate about? How has that like changed or affected your overall life? Because you said that your quality of life is still really, really great. So how do you not let your lack of passion for job affect the quality of your life, I guess is what I'm trying to get at.
So it's a very gray line. And there are points in the year where I've felt myself like logging off, shutting my laptop and like being drained and feeling like, oh, I don't want to do anything. I don't want to talk to anyone. Like this job is soul sucking. But there are other parts of me that are like, okay, Meghann, you have to remember that this isn't a forever thing. And even if it's not for you or you don't feel as passionately about it as like everybody around you or feel as motivated by everyone around you by what they're doing, that is okay. And to just be able to separate the two and really just like close the laptop at 5:30, go do something that actually fuels your passion. And for me, that has been like starting a small side hustle.
We can't wait to talk about the side hustle.
Starting side hustles, going and doing, joining a sports league, going out for a drink with a friend. Like, I mean, this kind of all ties back into Fun on Weekdays and just like remembering that like outside of your 9 to 5, there are like outlets that you can use to be able to escape that stress that you're feeling in that 9 to 5 and just reminding yourself and leaning on the people around you that it doesn't have to be a forever thing. And to just follow, I mean, for me, the side hustle thing is like, okay, if I keep doing this on the side, if I keep using my 5 to 9 to fuel what I actually want to do and put the time and work into that and have like a couple hard months that I feel like I'm working like crazy for it to eventually turn into something that I could take into full time, it's so worth it to me. And I love to challenge myself in that way. That's how I stay motivated. I'm always looking for the next best thing and the next best challenge. And for me, that has become like my side hustle.
Yeah. I mean, so you guys, Megann's side hustle that we're talking about here, it's not OnlyFans, but she has been making really good fucking money.
I know. I'm alluding to the fact that I have an OnlyFans, but it's not at all.
You could have one. You could. Hey, we wouldn't judge you here. But Meghann has been popping off on her Amazon storefront, and that is something that I don't do. I've like just truthfully in my mind, like I really haven't really used Amazon that much until I got this office, and I did get a lot of stuff in the office from Amazon, but I did not understand the capacity of how much an Amazon storefront could bring in revenue regardless of the amount of followers that you have. So Meghann, you take it away. You tell them, work your magic.
That people don't understand how lucrative of a business that Amazon is. I mean, obviously everyone knows that Amazon is a powerhouse. They kind of have every brand in the world
like
under
any
them.
type of makeup you need, any type of cleaning supplies you need.
It's there at the snap of your fingers. And I think that's what people like. They like the fact that it can be at their door within 48 hours. And
it's wild.
It's efficient.
We've become so impatient because we have Amazon Prime. It's like, if we can't get it in a day, I don't want it.
Yeah. And I think for me, I would say it started back in March. I was planning a trip to Costa Rica with some friends and my boyfriend, and I had made a video of like, what's in my Amazon cart, like just for fun. I'm not a TikToker. I don't have a following. at all. But I'm like,
Yes, you
okay,
do, girl.
now I do. I'm like at 8K, which to me that's nothing compared to Miss Superstar over here. But
No, that's a lot. You're good.
but I didn't have any followers at the time. I think I had 1,000 when I made that video, and one of them, and I kept making them because I'm like, okay, this is kind of fun. Like I'm always shopping on Amazon. If there's one thing, and I know a lot of people think that's controversial because it is kind of fast fashion, but I always buy on Amazon. Like no matter what I'm wearing, Jenna's like, oh, that's cute. Where'd you get that? I'm like, where do you think? Like
If there's one thing I'm gonna do, it's buy from
plug
Amazon.
But so I had started making videos that eventually gained traction, and one of them had reached over 1.3 million views. And this is probably, I was talking about how much money you could actually make on Amazon with a small following and without being a content creator. Because for me, I don't really want people intruding on my life. Like I don't want to be a content creator at this point in my life, but I do thoroughly enjoy
I do want to make some money.
I want to grab that bag. But I also love posting about the stuff I buy on Amazon because I probably have a package every 2 days, like dropping at my doorstep. So it is something that I'm passionate about. And I also know the best way to get a video to go viral. And that's not something that a lot of people know how to do, especially on TikTok. It's like, okay, how can I grow my account? Like, how can I gain a following? And I'm like, okay, even though I don't want that for myself, I do know how to do it. And I do know the strategy behind it. So I also started making videos teaching people how to strategize SEO and how to get their content noticed, how to use the right music, the right techniques to really make a viral video.
Wait, what is SEO?
SEO.
The way that I don't even know what that means. What does that mean?
Search engine optimization.
Oh, see, and you know what? My ass worked in advertising.
Yeah. So I started making videos to explain to people what that was and how they could to use that and incorporate that in their videos. So for me, it's making the right captions, using the right taglines, making sure the text on the video was aligned to what their content was actually, what content was actually being pushed out to their viewers. So it was getting on the correct For You pages, like all the small strategies behind it that people don't really think about, and what TikTok on the back end recognizes and pushes to your exact niche or your exact audience is something that I have found to be really passionate about and I didn't realize about myself. And this has just been in the past like couple of months, I'd say. So I took it and ran with it. When you have one viral video, you got to keep that momentum and keep posting. Otherwise it kind of dies out. So I did. I kept that momentum, kept posting about Amazon, what's in my cart, doing hauls, doing try-on videos, and doing videos that were related to Amazon and related to how to get people to click your storefront. And people love that stuff. They eat that stuff up, especially girls that are young and trying to have a passive income on the side, aside from their 9 to 5. And in the meantime, it brought in such a new stream of income to me that I didn't realize was possible. I think within 1 month on Amazon, and this is with it less than 8,000 followers. I think I have 7,500, a little over 7,500 right now. In 1 month, 30 days, I made $7,400. And that, I will say candidly, is more than what I make in my true 9 to 5. And I like to be upfront about that type of stuff because I think when girls start these Amazon storefronts and they start these affiliate marketing programs, even like To Know It and different partnerships that they do, they won't talk about the money aspect of it. And although there are certain things with brands that you can't disclose and you can't share, I think it's important to remember that if I can pick up the camera and pick up the phone and talk to the camera and make $600 to $1,000 for one video doing that, it is so easy to make a passive income.
Totally.
Even if you're not a content creator, you have no intention to be.
Yeah, and this is not even making like UGC. So 2 weeks ago, I had Jenna on, and she was one of my followers, and she does UGC content. So this is more so like making videos that brands then use on their accounts or they use it for ads. And Meghann is solely making videos on her own account. A couple of them have like blown up. A lot of them have done like pretty well, like tens of thousands of views. Some of them like just regular views, but
even
like
the ones that have under 10,000 that hit like 6 to 8,000 views.
yeah,
I
they
will
convert well. They
I will
convert
look
really well.
I will look to see, because when you go in your Amazon storefront, you can see what people are purchasing. Obviously, you don't know who's purchasing it and when, but you see the items that they're purchasing, and I'm seeing like my top 5 to 10 items that
What are they?
are doing well in sales, and really it does convert, because I'm seeing all of the clothes that I'm modeling and the accessories and even just like the sneakers that I'm wearing like convert into my Amazon storefront. I'm like, people are actually
That's
watching these
crazy.
videos, even the ones that don't go viral. So it's like, why
It
don't
doesn't
I
matter
just,
if it doesn't go viral. Like
Yeah.
people get so caught up on the number of views, the number of likes and comments and everything, but this is just total proof that you do not need to have thousands, millions of followers in order to make social media an income.
Yes. And I think now, after talking to Jenna and talking to a few different of my peers, like people are able to, and I used to look at micro influencers and be like, why would they quit their job and do this? Like, they're clearly not making enough money to support themselves. Like, I think that's such a stupid, irrational decision. But now I see it. I see it when I have a full-time job, and I'm probably putting in maybe 3 or 4 hours a week, which is really small in the grand scheme of things as like a passive income perspective. How much money can come out of it, and imagine getting to put a full 8 hours into that 5 days a week or 6 days a week, how that could triple or quadruple in 1 month. So it's like, I understand the thought process and the rationality behind it, even though you do have to be very careful about how you work with these brands and make sure they're long-term, and that you're working with brands that are going to be a fruitful and long partnership with you, which I'm sure when you started out in your influencing career, you were very selective on who you're working with, because these brands also showcase who you are and what you like as a person, and people get attached to that. So it's something I'm still navigated to, that I've definitely leaned on you for.
Oh yeah, I've made some mistakes for sure. There've been some brands that I've worked with that I'm like, I will never work with them again. Some brands that like you just have to be so cautious, especially when there are like a multitude of brands that you can work with. You have to be just that much more cautious. And I have definitely made my fair share of mistakes, and you live and you learn, and that's okay. And you just move forward and you just never work with them again. And you encourage other people to not work with them. But, going to your question, going to what you said about like, imagine what you could make if you did make it your full-time job. My question is, do you think that you would still enjoy it the same if you did make doing an Amazon storefront kind of like your full-time job?
I mean, I feel like you and I have talked about this a little bit, and when it does become your job, and I've seen so much content of these creators that actually take this into their full-time job, and they're like, it's just not the same. Like, I feel like I'm lacking creativity, or I'm having brain fog. Like, I just don't feel like getting up and making a video today. And that's my biggest fear, is like, I really enjoy doing this right now. Do I see myself doing it forever? Probably not. I don't think I'd see myself getting up in front of a camera and trying on clothes forever. It's just not something I see myself doing at 35 years old. But for now, I think it's such a good way, like an entryway into other things. So like, when you are making this type of income for yourself, especially in a passive way, you're putting it away, you're saving it, and stuff that you can invest into things that you could see yourself doing long term, which is starting businesses. Or for me in this case, I would love to start Amazon drop shipping, whereas like, this is money that is working for itself in the background.
What is Amazon drop shipping?
So I'll kind of explain a little bit about
and the storefront too.
So yeah,
because I feel like a lot of people don't really understand how storefront works. Yeah.
So when you apply to the Amazon influencer program, you're initially applying to the Amazon affiliate program. And usually everyone within like 600 to 1,000 followers with good engagement, like posts good content, will be approved for the program, depending on obviously Amazon's guidelines. But from there, obviously you're making a small commission on whatever you're selling for them. And they will ask a select few to be invited into the Amazon influencer program. And thankfully, I was invited into that after, I think, hitting so many views and making so many sales for them after Prime Day. Yes.
Pop off on
that
Prime
is
Day.
That is honestly what made my account pop off. But after that, they had invited me into the influencer program. There's a lot more benefits that come with that probably can't be disclosed. But and the difference between being an influencer and having a affiliate program, there really is not a ton of there's not a ton of differences between the two. I would just say one's a little bit more lucrative than the other. So once Amazon sees that you're obviously bringing in revenue for them a month, that changes pretty quickly. And from month to month, obviously there's more benefits that come along with that as they see that your sales goals rise. And so I would say that's the only difference between the two, but you have to start somewhere. And for me, that changed after just 2 months in the affiliate program. So it can happen very quickly with a short amount of time and not a lot of followers. So it's very possible for someone to just walk in and be successful within 3 months on Amazon Storefront.
Mark your calendars, you guys. Macy's is hooking you up with all of the deals this fall. Macy's VIP sale has arrived just in time to get everything you need to cozy up this fall. From September 23rd to October 3rd, you can get 30% off of regular, sale, and clearance items, plus 15% off of beauty. That's 30% off of pretty much everything from clothing, shoes, handbags, home decor, appliances. They've got everything. Check it out at Macys.com and check out my landing page at Macys.com/FOW. And for the storefront, so I recently made a storefront a couple months ago. Honestly, when I started making when I started getting stuff for the office, a lot of people were asking where like the rugs were from specifically. And I was like, oh, it'd just be so much easier if I just link it. And I did not set it up correctly. I don't know what I did with the Amazon storefront, but it is not correct. And I don't know. I was just kind of like, whatever. I don't really care to put the time and energy into like figuring out what I did wrong, like whatever. And then I started talking to Meghann, and I was like, wait a second, wait a damn minute.
I know you texted me that one day. You're like, what are you doing differently than me? Like,
I was like, what did I do?
I was like, the influencers coming to me for advice.
Yeah, but I think it's crazy because the Amazon storefront, so I did not know this. Apparently, all you need to do is just click on this link. And so if you click on the link, it doesn't matter if you buy anything from their storefront. Whatever you buy from Amazon within that session, the commission will be attributed to that person's storefront. So let's just say you click on Meghann's top. You love Meghann's top, and then you get sidetracked, just like I get sidetracked. And then you buy a TV and a console, and you just spend $2,000. The commission for that goes to Meghann then. So even if it's not anything in Meghann's storefront, her storefront is what brought you to Amazon. So it's crazy because you don't even technically have to sell anything from your actual storefront in any of your lists. You just need to drive traffic to Amazon.
Yeah, it is crazy. And I've seen some people buy some wild stuff through my Amazon storefront.
What's the craziest thing?
I've seen a few dildos.
What? No way.
Yeah. And it's funny because you can literally see everything that's purchased through your link.
Do you see the person's name?
No.
Oh my God.
Obviously all of that is private. I have no idea who's purchasing it. But I think one of the very first people to purchase through my storefront link was Connor.
Oh my God.
And he
imagine if he's buying something wild.
I didn't even realize it was him. I had just noticed that someone had bought like a crazy joke bumper sticker for one of his friends, like for his birthday, that he was going to send him in the mail. And I'm like, who is buying this weird bumper sticker? And it had like a crying baby on it. And he actually picked me up to go out to dinner later on that day, and he was like, "Look what I just got my friend! Like I just got him this bumper sticker." And I'm like, "Wait a second!" I'm like, "Did you click my Amazon storefront link?" Because and that is when it kind of clicked that no matter what they're buying, it's affiliated with your link. And I'm like, affiliate marketing, like the light bulb went off.
Yeah,
and I think that's where people kind of have like these preconceived notions that it's so hard, like, how am I going to get people to purchase things in my Amazon storefront? Honestly, just put things in your storefront that you like and that you would actually have in your own closet, because chances are if you're buying some of this product, and a lot of this stuff is cheap. Like if you buy a pair of sunglasses and you wear those sunglasses in 3 TikTok videos that maybe get 4,000, 5,000 views, that will convert, and it's a lot easier than people think it is.
I actually just saw a TikTok the other day of this girl saying, now that people know how Amazon storefronts work, people are starting to like rebuttal them. Like they are doing everything in their power to like close out every single freaking browser, and they will figure out. Basically, the TikTok was, I will find the product I like, I will find it on their storefront, and then I will exit out of all of my Safari links. I will clear my cache, whatever you got to do. I don't know, whatever it is to like get your shit off your phone. And then they'll open a new browser, and then they will search it on their own to make sure that the person who made the Amazon storefront doesn't get a commission. So what are your thoughts on that? Because I think now that people have transparency into what the storefront is, every time they see a video, they're like, I don't want to give them commission.
Yeah. And I totally get it, where you probably, if you are on that side of TikTok, you're scrolling through your feed, Amazon. Like, I mean, that's all I see on my For You page, but I actually enjoy seeing that content, so it doesn't matter to me. And I've heard people to refer to it as like the new MLM, which is funny to me because I'm like, I do not want to be associated with that at all. But I'm like, you know, this is a way for girls our age to make money and make money quick. And for me, at least, I have a crap ton of student loans, and like for me this is help paying all of that off. So you kind of have to put, you have no idea what someone is going through or what their personal life looks like or what their financial situation is like. And if I see someone's Amazon storefront, I think her name's Michaela Valenti. I follow her and she is huge on Amazon. I always shop through her Amazon link just because she always posts about stuff. She always posts like Hailey Bieber dupes and stuff that I would actually wear. And it's just like, you're not only supporting that creator, but a lot of times small businesses are on Amazon and you are purchasing technically from these small businesses as well. And even though a lot of them might be drop shippers, which might be the case, there are small business owners that post their product on Amazon, and these influencers are posting about their product. They're making that cash too. So I think it's just a support thing. And if you feel that way, where you're going to purposely go out of your way to exit out of a browser just so that one person doesn't get that $2, $3 commission on like a $60 top, like that's kind of on you.
The your amount of time that you spend like doing that, it's just
takes more time.
Is it? Yeah, exactly. To your point, it's like $2 or $3. Yeah. Does it like really matter at the end of the day? I do understand though. However, I do understand people in their minds. It's like they would maybe have more. What's the word? Not excitement. They would maybe have more support for a smaller creator. So they see someone with like 50,000 followers or 10,000 followers or less than that, and they see them with their Amazon storefront, they might be more likely to support them versus like Charlie D'Amelio, who's doing an ad for Amazon, like her favorites and stuff. Because in their minds are probably like, well, she has millions of followers. Like, imagine the amount of fucking money she's making from Amazon. So I can't imagine how people would want to maybe support a smaller creator versus somebody who is larger, because even just knowing that a small creator with 8,000 followers can make, $7,400 in a month. It's wild to try and do the math and figure out how much like a larger creator can make. I met a girl who is a larger creator, and she made $20,000 in a day. And I wanted to throw up. I was like, oh, you're kidding. It really just like, it's wild. I don't know why I haven't done it. You
really need to. You need to get on it. And I know a lot of the times people are posting the same products over and over and over again. It gets a little, especially like the workout sets. I see a lot of those. But I feel like I actually enjoy like laying in bed at night, scrolling and finding products that like I've never seen in anyone's Amazon storefront. So I feel like that has kind of been my quick wins. My niche is that finding things that you never see in anyone's Amazon storefront. But aside from that, I realize that with that, like, I want to help other people do this too. And it's not some gatekeeping thing. I'm not trying to tell you like, oh, I made $8,000 and I'm not going to tell you how I did that, like, at all. I just made it through affiliate marketing and be so like sketchy about it. So I started making videos of how I started my Amazon storefront, what are the requirements to have an Amazon storefront? How can you drive engagement, get people to click your link? And really all of that comes with building like an online persona and a brand for yourself and putting yourself out there, even if it's a little awkward at first and you feel like people might be judging you, especially people who know you and follow you in the real world, which I'm sure you've experienced once or twice.
No, you block it out. You're just like, they don't
yeah,
watch my
I think
videos.
now at your point, you definitely have blocked it out. But when you're first starting, you're like, okay, you kind of have to put your mindset and be like, post like an influencer who doesn't care and just go with it, because at the end of the day, like,
you're making
someone
money.
might be judging you, but you're making money. And I have never seen this much income in 1 month from like having 2 jobs at one time, basically now. And it's setting me up to be able to do something in the future in the next couple of months to start my own drop shipping business and find products that people would actually be really excited about. Like, for example, I wear this gold bracelet, and it's kind of a dupe for the Cartier Love bracelet. Had it on my wrist for 2 years. I originally bought mine from a drop shipper on Amazon 2 years ago.
No
Haven't
way.
taken it off in 2 years.
Oh my God, she's in good shape.
Isn't she? She's really cute. And I have no shame. She's fake as hell. But I want to buy products that people would be excited about seeing on my profile and that I would actually promote. So finding products like that to drop ship and buy from wholesalers and distributors in the U.S. and support U.S. businesses is something that I definitely could see myself doing, because if you're finding products that you would wear yourself and that you would promote on your own TikTok page, I'm driving engagement through my TikTok page and then driving engagement to my Amazon storefront to purchase the products that I'm selling.
So it's like a double whammy.
It's like
right
a double
there.
whammy. You're making the commission on the products that you're selling.
You're also selling.
Yeah. So I think there's a lot more behind the curtain stuff that people don't realize comes into it and why people push certain products the way they do. But yeah, I think that it's a super lucrative business and definitely a possibility to take it full time once you feel like you're ramped up and you have like a couple viral videos, but you just got to keep the momentum and keep going.
Totally. Okay. So your advice, you said this SEO situation, SEO, CEO, whatever you want to call it. What are like your key 3, 4, 5, whatever it is, what are your key steps to making a video perform well or go viral, or whatever this, advice is that you give to other creators?
Yeah. So I think there's a few different things, a lot of trial and error. And being that I am a small creator, sometimes I will take the same video, edit it in CapCut, aside from editing in TikTok, make the video and use that same video with different sounds and different titles on the video and see how they perform against each other. So you're almost testing TikTok's algorithm.
Wait, the way that we literally had something in our ads manager called this, oh my God, what was it called? Creative optimization. That's what it was called. Is we have brands give us the same assets, and then the TikTok algorithm will match different fonts, different text overlays, different audios, different like editing, and it'll push those out as ads, and then we'll see what the ad spend goes to the best. So then you can understand what performs the best. So you're saying do this on an organic level.
On your own time. And
Mind blown.
I find, and use your analytics. You look at, see who is watching your videos, what time they're watching their videos, who's your niche. Obviously, I have a lot of females between the ages of 18 and 30 watching my videos. Usually weekdays and Sunday nights between the hours of 7 and 11 p.m. is the best time that I posted my videos. But aside from that, I think music is also really important. I think people get caught up on these trends and think that the videos with the music that has 1 million plus users and are going to be the ones that perform the best because they're the viral music video, they're the viral sounds. And that's not the case at all. I find it most helpful to me, and I find that my videos perform the best when I'm using sounds that have under 500 uses. So really finding those DJ, like, how you'll find, like, we'll come across those sounds that's like a remix of a song, a Taylor Swift song, or like just a random Nicki Minaj remix. Like,
I saw like a country Nicki Minaj one today, and I was like, how the hell did somebody make this video and then they type into their sound? How did they find this audio? There's no way.
Funny enough, TikTok likes original content. That's why when you repost content with your watermark on it, it never performs. It doesn't do well. It never will. And it's because TikTok wants to know that this sound and this video has never been seen by anyone before, and that is when they're going to decide to push it. And these are things that I just taught myself, just laying in bed posting multiple of the same video and having no shame about it, because like, I don't have a following anyway. No one's gonna if they don't see it, they don't see it. If they do see it, it went viral. And I think I remember one time I know she's controversial, but I posted a coupon code that I'd been using for We Wore Wet's website that was taking like $20 off my order every single time. So I'd literally go on and buy like my underwear for $20 and free shipping. And I posted it on TikTok, and all the girlies came for me. They're like, "Why are you supporting her business?" And I was like, "Girlie, I'm just trying to get free underwear."
Aren't you wearing We Wore Wet shorts?
I'm also wearing the free We Wore What panties too. Eventually, that code did change. It no longer works. Sorry, girls. But yeah, I posted a video like that, but I posted it twice, and one of them I think got 1,000 views, and the other one got 20,000. I eventually privated them both because I was getting bullied. So, but it just goes to show that if you're willing to actually take the time, make different captions, use different sounds, play around with the title on the video. The first 2 seconds of the video are the most important. You want to have it. I call it the hook, where you want to get the audience's attention within those first 2 seconds. And for me, I truly have the attention span of a goldfish. So I blame TikTok for me not being able to sit through an entire show anymore, because I can't watch a video that's over 10 seconds. So mine being usually between 10 and 14 seconds, at max 30 seconds, are the ones that perform the best and the ones that convert into my affiliate links. So yeah, I mean,
this is really good advice. Like, truly, I've never heard anybody say that you should use creative optimization for organic content. That's really smart. And I think especially, I have totally like fallen into a rut. I think right now I've just been so drained of like, I don't even know what to post. I don't know. Like, kind of what we talked about. When it becomes your job, it just kind of like, it dreads on me a lot. It's like, I don't even know what to make content of, because I don't even know what people want of me anymore. And I feel like I've kind of exhausted a lot of like creativity, and just spreading yourself so thin. It's like really good to be surrounded by people that still find enjoyment, because that like really does rub off on me in a very like non-weird way. I'm like, oh my God, that's really good advice. I don't know why I didn't think of that. And I've just been, maybe part of the reason why I'm in a rut is because I haven't been doing anything different for so long. And I'm still doing these like 1 to 3 minute long videos, and it's just talking, and it's just like, it's really not attracting a new, like audience or anything, which for me, I don't really care about that. I care about like community, but I think kind of switching up my content using some of those techniques too would help for sure.
I think, I mean, I've always enjoyed watching your content, especially when your partnerships with like Nasty Girl. Like, people love to watch you put outfits together and watch you unbox things. Like, even though there are some of those haters that are just like, Jenna can't dress herself in the morning.
They're not wrong. So
neither can I. I'm always wearing sweatpants, but it's just like it's hard because I'm not a content creator with a huge following. So if it did become my full-time job, I'm sure I would have the same feelings that you're feeling too. And I think just like honing back into like your creative side and trying new things and switching it up and doing a dance or like
can you imagine tomorrow I'm like doing a dance on TikTok? Maybe I will.
Maybe we'll record one after this.
You know what I recorded today? I recorded a video of me singing, and I was like, no, I'm not fucking posting that.
You used to do that all the time.
I know I did used to do that all the time back in my like theater girl era. And then I was like, no, I stopped. I wasn't going to post it because I was like, no, this is going to like end up somewhere and people are going to make fun of me. And
I
like,
think
no,
you also like, you post things that you think people want to see. But and then you forget to post things that you actually enjoy creating.
You're so right.
And actually, who is that makeup artist? Michaela. She's the girl from New Jersey.
Yes, I do not know how to. I do not know how to pronounce her last name. I don't want to try. I'm going to butcher it.
Yeah, but Michaela, she's a makeup artist. She's from New Jersey. She has a thick New Jersey accent. I love her.
Are you sure it's not Boston?
Or maybe she's Boston.
I think she's from Massachusetts.
Michaela from Massachusetts.
Makeup artist.
Basically, she's a makeup artist on TikTok, and I love her content. It's so like, it's just quick. It's to the point. She's a great storyteller. She's really engaging. I love her as a content creator, and she has made multiple videos now about how she feels so burnt out because she's not making the content that she used to make for herself that made her love content creation. She's making and she's doing her makeup in ways because people are telling her how to do her makeup. And she's like, I've lost my love for doing this because of that. And I think it's just kind of going back to your roots. And I remember you would just like pick up your phone, film, and hit post. You wouldn't even put a caption. So it's like,
I know.
I think that's why you have such a true, strong community is because it was that Jenna. And I think you still have that super strong community, but you almost feel insecure that you don't because you're not gaining a new attraction or switching things up enough. But posting what you love and not really caring what people think of it, or I mean, turn off the comments if you want to too. Like, just post whatever you want. I think that's what keeps the job fun.
When people turn off the comments though, I just like my mind automatically goes to, oh, this is a controversial video, or like they think they're gonna get canceled or something. Like when I see the comments are off, I'm like, oh shit, something's wrong. Something's wrong. But okay, just to kind of wrap things up, so you've been crushing it with the Amazon storefront, and you're kind of at this time right now where you're trying to figure out like what is next, and maybe not feeling like super passionate anymore about recruiting. Kind of like, where are you at in terms of like your next steps and kind of what you're thinking, I guess?
I think for me, even though I always make impulsive decisions, stability has always been my number one priority, especially when you get into your late 20s. And thinking about what's next for me is I would love to be able to take this full time. And it's really great having such a close friend who does this full time and I can lean on and ask for advice. And I have other people that I know that also do this and have made a full-time income for themselves just from doing this. So I know it's possible. And I think it's just taking that step. And even if it's scary or I might fail, and it's also great to have the support of my parents, just telling me that you're young, you should do it now rather than when you're 35 and you have a family and you can't do that you have to make decisions based on other people rather than just yourself. So I think right now it's just figuring out when is the best time to take that step and really put my all into it, because at this point I feel like I'm ready to do it. But obviously with that comes decisions around like the basic necessities of life, like healthcare and
oh my God,
and things, and student loans, and being able to support myself and make sure that I'm secure. That's the most important thing, because I do want to stay in Austin. I feel like I eventually want to buy a house, whether it's here or somewhere else, and making sure I'm set up for success. So I think for now, I'm going to stick to doing it as my 5 to 9, but who knows? I mean, 2 months can really change anything. I mean, it's changed my entire, not only perspective on social media, but it's changed my entire bank account. So, I mean, 2 months from now, I might feel completely differently. But I think finding a passion outside of your 9 to 5 is what I'm getting at, and what I've found in this. So I teaching people to do this and is something that I see myself doing full time, and I'm excited about it.
Yeah, and I just like looping back to Fun on Weekdays, I think finding the passions outside of your 9 to 5, if your passion isn't that, is what allows you the opportunities to leave that and find fulfillment elsewhere. Because without investing time in yourself outside of your job, like you're going to be kind of like stuck.
Yeah. And that is something I felt for a very long time in New York, and Austin was kind of that refresher for me, and starting this Amazon and starting a TikTok was that refresher for me. And I'm always looking for a new challenge and ways for me to use my creative side of my brain. So that's really been it for me. And I'm like happy to always, if you ever have any questions for me, reach out. I'm happy to answer. DM me on Instagram. I am more than happy to help, because it's definitely something I'm super passionate about and happy to teach.
Perfect. All right, Meghann, plug yourself. Where can people find you on Instagram and TikTok?
You can find me at same username, just Meghann Morrow, with an H and 2 N's. But yeah, follow me on Instagram and TikTok, and
Her name will be in the description. So within the episode, whether you're listening on Apple, YouTube, or Spotify, you can find Meghann, give her a follow, and support her storefront. And also, I hope this gives you the courage to kind of put some energy into one of your side hustles, whether it's an Amazon storefront or not, or something different. Meghann, I think you already know this question. I end every episode by giving my listeners an idea of something to do for fun this week.
I would say grab 2 of your girlfriends or someone that you've never met before, which we actually did tonight.
We did. We went on a friend date.
We went on a friend date, and that's something I haven't done in a really long time. And just reach out to that person on Instagram, reach out to someone on TikTok, make that connection if they're in your city, and go for a walk, go for a drink, go for lunch, meet someone new, and because you never know where that could lead you or the opportunities it could bring you. I mean, Jenna has been such a huge help and such a good friend in the past few years, and I can only imagine where her career is going to take her. But
thanks, girl.
She's also just a supportive friend, so go meet someone new.
And shout out to Madeline. Madeline, if you're listening, we went to a friend date before this, and truly, like a new friend date.
It's refreshing.
It is. It's very, very refreshing. Like you walk away and you're like, shit, I should do that more.
Because you go into it and you're like, am I is this the wrong decision? Am I gonna like this person? And then you do it and you leave the friend date and you're like, I think I just found someone that I want to be besties with. Like, she's great.
She was great. Mm-hmm. All right, you guys, that is it. I hope you enjoyed this episode or episodes with Meghann, and I will talk to you guys next Tuesday.
Bye.